services are geared for the masses to be able to come in, not with hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars, but come in and get their baby toe wet or get their foot wet and start exploring this whole paradigm shift in the blockchain, because blockchain is where everything is going. And that's in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years. A lot of the things that we're doing today will be, prehistoric. So
yeah, it's wild. You're dead on. And while I got you here, real quick, if you would, I've heard, and you've told me, U.S. market is still untapped. Just in short, why is that, and what makes this moment different? Why is it a little bit different than it was maybe a couple of years ago, right? With the reception of, Metaverse and blockchain. Give us a little bit.
So you're asking me, Mike?
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah. So my experience since I really diversified in 2022, I came out of the centralized system and diversified in the decentralized. And there was just a certain protocol with, certain entities, if you will, that were blocking and just really bad-mouthing blockchain, Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and instilling fear into the American people. I did a lot of research on this, and there's just so much out there about shutting cryptocurrency companies down and so forth and so on. So, and now in 2022 to 2020, end of 2024, slower than snails. And I got it. It was like in the beginning, I didn't understand what's going on. Why this makes sense, but I did the research, and today we have a group of individuals from all specters, from the current administration, the SEC, so forth and so on, that embrace blockchain technologies because they know this is the future. This is where everything is going. And now people are really more receptive today than in the past to getting educated, to see if this is a good fit for them, because it's all about education. If it fits into your paradigm, awesome. If it doesn't fit into your paradigm, awesome. At least you got educated so you can make that decision for yourself instead of reading a narrative that's over here that's spewing garbage to the masses. And that has been very, very refreshing in 2025 for the U.S. market.
Yeah, I'm doing my mom impression. Y'all like that? Hey, this is my first show. Thank you for the grace, right? All right. Hey, people get it. Hey, if I can do it, you can do it. That's real. All right. So, Waqas, if you don't mind, let's piggyback off that. What lessons from the international growth, right? It's kind of, because we're not being political, folks, understand that. But the research and the facts are, there wasn't this kind of embracement, and it was a lot more barriers than there is today. And we're just saying that. That's just a factual statement. But on that note, since the international growth pretty much was it wasn't suppressed. So what kind of lessons can we apply from this international growth here in the States, right, while it's starting to kind of catch up to the international, spotlight, so to speak?
Yeah, Mike, if you look at it in this way, that I believe that I very much agree with Jeff, that we initially won't be understand that what's going on, because all the market was flourishing. Everybody was, embracing us, giving us a lot of positive feedback. And as you know, that our footprint is over 106 countries. So we are not talking about 1 or 2 or 3 countries or, communities. Our footprint is over 106 countries at the moment. Somewhere we got a very good response, somewhere we got a less. But overall, if you look at it, so it's an amazing outcome of the whole process. But yes, I believe because of those, when I used to talk with people in US, the same questions that, are you really think that it will work? Look at the stocks, look at the, there's no legal coming up, no registration. None of the people are, accepting us. The governments are still opposing the ideas. But you see that, yeah, there was challenges, which we agree. But now over the period of time, and especially because in 2024 last quarter, the way things change, and my research team came up with me that this is the year which will define the golden era of the metaverse. And you need to stop all the things and just focus on the meta one. And imagine what happened, that you have seen us from idea to MVP to product, and product to product launch. Not just one product, or each product is like a whole company around it. So this is the outcome we got in 2025. So imagine what we have achieved in 2025. 2026 is gonna be a huge, yeah, because now governments are accepting it, people are accepting it. AI created the buzzword, which is not slowing down, and especially with the new technology and technological upgrades in the hardware will change everything. So yeah, this I understand that what happened, but the best part is that we are the group never give up on it. We really keep moving forward. We keep pouring money into it, and keep doing it. And today, when we are sitting with anyone, like a couple of months back in Zimbabwe, the Ministry of Education, they are signing an MOU with us in order to put the Metaverse in their curriculums and how to teach kids with Metaverse. So these kind of things, in Pakistan and Oman, where we have like hundreds of schools already, on board with on our platform, and now we give them a product to exercise, and now this year they are implementing those Metaverse products with their curriculum. So yeah, the move is huge, and the future is extremely amazing with this.
It is. Thank you. I can't mess that up. That was a very great explanation. See, that's why. This guy's been at it for a long time. So, Dr. Tahir, if you don't mind, because the folks out here listening, right, they're business owners, entrepreneurs. So, what advice would you give, or just information to help people for entrepreneurs, business folks, professionals looking to be early adopters without being reckless? What are some good advice that you would give folks to kind of take steps into this if they're unfamiliar?
Well, very well put, Mike. Fortune favors the brave. We've heard this a lot of times. And the reason it favors the brave is because when you are an early adopter, think of Waqas in 2004 talking about what he's talking about today. People thought you were crazy. People thought, oh, how is that possible? And a million things that probably wouldn't work, right? So as an early adopter, you have to think outside the box. It's important. If you're going to be the norm, if you want everyone to accept you for being the norm, then you can't call yourself an early adopter. So that's point number one. Now, once you start thinking outside the box, you then have to associate yourself with people who think like you outside the box. And one of the reasons we are having this session is because of all of us thinking outside the box in a certain way, being an early adopter, at least talking about technology where the world is now saying we are early adopters of it. So you could be number one. At the same time, you mentioned without being reckless, which is important because while fortune favors the brave, you want to be sure you're not reckless. Now, how do you get to be reckless? You don't get to be reckless by making calculated risks. You get to be reckless when you act on impulse and emotions and nothing else. So look at the people you are surrounding yourself with. Are they short-term? Are they long-term? Unfortunately, we live in the tech era in a way through socials where when you scroll through certain posts, including the Meta, most people have this presumption that this happened overnight, which is absolutely wrong. So understand that being responsible comes with the opportunities you associate with, and we are not a hit and run opportunity, if you would. And if we are not one and you're presented with one, like fear of missing out is the only thing why you basically invest into something, then that could be reckless. So look at the people, regardless of the opportunity when it comes to that. So early adopters, how they cannot be reckless is by thinking long term. And again, being an entrepreneur is a part of your growth. And unfortunately, a lot of us want to be an entrepreneur, but we are thinking about our monthly paychecks. So there comes the conflict, right? So while we want to be an entrepreneur, and I don't want to give a lecture on that right now, but study entrepreneurship, especially study the failures, including ours, by the way. So you understand that this is not like a cool looking project that has made it so big or making it so big, but also look at what it took us to be here. How was the idea of the metaverse a concept 3 years ago, and look where we are today. So all of those things will help you understand how not to be reckless, how to basically be an early adopter with informed decision, and especially the right community.